Good evening, folks. Welcome to another session of Vedic Astrology series. Today we're going to talk about Jupiter transit, which happened on 12th of September 2017. The biggest planet, the most benevolent planet, has moved from Kanya Rashi to Tula Rashi on 12th of September 2017. This transit is essential to be studied because Jupiter is one of the most benevolent planet in the universe. He's the universal protector, and that's the reason he's called as Brihaspati. Jupiter rules the 12th house of Kalapurusha, the Moksha Sthana, and also the 9th house of Kalapurusha, which is Dhanush, which is the Bhagya Sthana. So the Bhagyadipati transiting once in a year is usually studied. Also, this transit is essential and has to be studied along with transit of Saturn. Saturn has moved from Scorpio to Dhanush. It had moved and now it actually has moved back to Scorpio, and finally it's taking a final toll to settle down in Dhanush on 26th of October. So I'll touch base on the Karakatva of Jupiter, the Karakatva of Thula, and then move on to the individual Rashi results. Jupiter is the Dhanakaraka and also the Santanakaraka. Dhanakaraka, one who signifies wealth. Santanakaraka, signification of progeny, which means if in a chart, if Jupiter is strong, the person is guaranteed of better experience even if there are some ups and downs in life, which is why Jupiter is called as Brihaspati. Brihas means universe, Pati means protector, the universal protector. Dravinam Dehi Chittam. Jupiter rules the metal gold. He signifies cash transactions. He rules the places where there is wealth and cash flows. There are 10 different qualities of a person who is Jupiterian in nature. Dhruti, Dhamma, Kshama, Astheyam, Shaucham, Indriya Nigam, Dhi, Satyam, Vidya, Akrodham. With all these 10 qualities, a person can come out of any kind of situations, irrespective of any hurdles. I can go on talking about Guru. The list is as big as the planet Jupiter. Let me also take some time to actually discuss on the Tattva of the Rashi Tula, where Jupiter has currently placed. Tula Rashi is the 7th house of Kalapurusha. The 7th house signifies partnership and business. Tula is a mobile Rashi, it's ruled by Venus. While Shukra is actually an Asura's Guru, and the Deva Guru has entered into the Asura's house, but Shukra doesn't consider Jupiter as an enemy, and hence the tendency is protected for the next 1 year. Jupiter is well placed. Talking about Jupiter transit, we should also look at the position of Saturn as we speak now. Saturn is in Rishika Rashi and is headed towards Dhanush. While Saturn settled in Dhanush for a while in the month of November, it took a backward movement into Scorpio for a while and now headed towards Dhanush. So for all practical reasons, for Jupiter transit 2017, we will consider that Saturn is in Dhanush. On October 26th, Saturn is actually getting into Dhanush. So for a major portion, for the next 2.5 years, Saturn is going to be tenanted in Dhanush Rashi in Jupiter's house. So we will have to do a mix and match of the placement of Jupiter and also Saturn in your respective charts. Also, what we will do is we will look at the Ashtaka Varga scores and the Sarva Ashtaka Varga scores, Bin Ashtaka Varga scores of each of these planets in your respective horoscopes. If you do not know what it is, what I'm talking about, look at Jagannath Hora. It's a free tool that is available, developed by Narasimha Rao. It is fantastic tool. It's absolutely free. You can download it in your mobile and your desktop. So please download it. You will get the planetary positions at the time of birth, which is your D1 chart, and all the divisional charts are available. The Sarva Ashtaka Varga scores are also available. The Bin Ashtaka Varga scores are also available. So you just have to look at it, mix and match with whatever readings I'm talking about. It's easy to decipher your horoscope yourself. You don't need an astrologer, right? So with this limited information that I've given you, I would be happy to proceed with the individual chart, individual Rashi readings. To start with, let's look at Mesha Rashi.
Okay, I have just pulled out the chart for Mesha Rashi. How do you know that you belong to Mesha? If in your natal chart in D1, if moon is posited out here, then you belong to Mesha Rashi. Alternatively, another way of knowing this is if you belong to Ashwini, Bharani or Kritika. Ashwini, all the four padas, Bharani, all the four padas, and Kritika, the first pada, then your Rashi is Mesha. Now, if you look at Jupiter's position, all this while, for the last 1 year, Jupiter was in Kanya in the 6th house. If you start counting from your moon sign, Kanya will be in the 6th house. Jupiter has moved from the 6th house to the 7th house, from Kanya to Thula, which triggers Guru Bala, right? Whenever Jupiter is in the 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th or 11th house from the moon sign, Guru Pala triggers. What is the meaning of Guru Pala? It means that it's a very auspicious period, and any desires, any unfulfilled desires, if there's an opportunity that's coming in to fulfill the desire, recognize that opportunity, because that's the knock from the universal energy to make hay while the sun shines, right? So this position of Jupiter is very auspicious. Overall wellness and family, time to actually, if you're looking for a life partner, a serious relationship, you can work it out during this period. So basically Jupiter has come from the 6th to the 7th, and Saturn, if you look at Saturn's position, so far Saturn was in the 8th house from your moon sign in the Ashtama Shani period. You will be recovering from the Ashtama Shani period, and Saturn getting in the 9th house is also okay, although the 9th house Saturn is not supposed to be a great position, a malefic in a Trikona Sthana, in the highest Trikona Sthana, as per classical dictums say that it's not a great position to be in, but then recovering from Ashtama Shani itself is a great relief. There could be some obstacles seen in your to the significations of the 9th house and the 11th house, and also the 3rd house, right? The reason why I said 3rd house is whenever Jupiter is in the 7th house, right, the any planet transiting in the 3rd house will actually block the significations of the 7th house Jupiter. So watch out for planets transiting in the 3rd house, and that will give you an indication that during that time there could be some slight bottlenecks. So align with those and move forward. But overall, this 1 year period is a great relief for you, having recovered from the 6th position of Jupiter and the Ashtama Shani period. Alright, here's the chart for Rishaba Rashi. How do you know that your Rashi is Rishaba? If in your D1 chart, natal chart, if your moon is posited out here, then your Rashi is Rishaba. Alternatively, if your nakshatra is Kritika, the last 3 padas, Rohini, 4 padas, Mrigashira, the first 2 padas, then your Rashi is Rishaba, right? So Jupiter right now, the transit Jupiter right now is 6th from your moon sign. Jupiter has moved from the 5th house to the 6th house, Tula Rashi, and Saturn is predominantly during the next 1 year from October 26th onwards is going to be in Dhanush Rashi, which is in the 8th house, the Ashtama Sthana. The 6-8 combination, 6 and 8, both these are Dusthanas, right? But I'd like to dwell upon not just the so-called undesired impact of dusthanas. There are a lot of positive side of all the dusthanas. What is sixth house to start with? And what is Thula and what is Jupiter? That's how, we will have to look at deciphering the current transit. Sixth house signifies Runa, Ripu and Roga. Sixth house is also for day-to-day, situations, the network circles. Sixth house is also for maternal uncle, competition, small animals, basically, your day-to-day life, right? Sixth house is, for also signifies, competition. Since it is related to enemies, the legal disputes are also seen in the sixth house. Now, that is why it is a dusthana, because you see a lot of enemies, you see a lot of disputes out here. But competition, talking about competition in the current modern situation, you need to be competitive, so you need to have a strong sixth house. So that's the positive side of the sixth house, right? Legal disputes are seen in sixth house. I've seen that a person who has a very strong sixth house are lawyers, right? Jupiter in the sixth house, what does it mean? Jupiter is for justice, Jupiter is for dharma, right? And what's Thula? Thula is a balance sign. The sign itself signifies a balance, so which means that also stands for justice. So if you actually marry all of these karakatvas, right, the positive side that comes out of it is this is a time where you can seek justice, where you can be a little bit competitive, and look towards establishing righteousness in case if there are some small disputes at work or in personal life. This is the time for you to seek for justice with Jupiterian effort, right? And looking at Saturn's position, Saturn has moved to the Ashtama Sthana, the 8th Sthana, which is also called as the Dosthana, malefic in the 8th house, especially Saturn in the 8th house. Gives rise to Ashtama Shani, while classical dictums actually say that there are a lot of negative side towards it. It's not all that bad, because there are some positive aspects of 8th house as well. 8th house is a transformation house. 8th house signifies longevity, and 8th house is a house where research and occult science is seen, right? So this is a positive side of the 8th house, right? It is a house of research, right? So it is a house where you put in a lot of efforts, and only then you actually get gain. And hence many of us actually want a lot of immediate output. That's the reason we disregard or we are not we're not that patient to get results out of the efforts that we're putting in. So this 8th house is a house which will make you wait a lot, and hence if you marry the Karakatva with Saturn, Saturn is also a planet of delay. Saturn is a lazy planet. Saturn is something that makes you wait. So during this time, you will see a lot of delay happening. Be a bit patient, and that's the mantra for the next 1 year. Good luck.
Rishaba Rashi folks, the 6-8 combination should not give you that much of trouble. It's not as bad as it sounds. Look out for Mars transiting your 7th house, which is in Scorpio. Mars will be transiting in the month of February. That entire month is a month of protection. Make use of that entire 1 month. So in case if you're looking for a partner, a marriage, or even a serious partnership, then that period would be a good period to actually begin the conversation. So it's just not about Guru Bala. There are some exceptions, and these are all classical texts which completely says that if there is a planet in the 7th house transiting while Jupiter is in the 6th house, it just negates the I would say the not so desirable events, right? So all the best, Rishaba Rashi folks. Now let's move to Mithuna.
I've just pulled out the chart for Mithuna Rashi. If your moon is posited out here in your natal chart, then you belong to Mithuna Rashi. Alternatively, if your nakshatra is Mrigashira, last 2 padas, Arudra, all the 4 padas, or Punarvasu, the first 2 padas, then your Rashi is Mithuna. So Mithuna Rashi folks, so far Jupiter has been in your fourth house from your moon sign, and Jupiter has moved from the fourth house to the fifth house, the Panchamasthana. The fifth house is supposed to trigger Gurupala. From the fifth house, Jupiter aspects your Rashi. Jupiter also aspects the ninth house, and Jupiter also aspects the Karmaphala house, the 11th house, right? So this is it's a fantastic position for Jupiter to be in. Overall prosperity, wealth, happiness in the family, expansion of family, real estate, all these are bound to happen with this combination. If you look at Saturn's position, Saturn has moved from the sixth position, a malefic in the sixth, to a malefic in a Kendra Sthana, seventh house. This actually creates a bit of a bottleneck for the next 2.5 years. The Karakatva of the seventh house is blocked, which means seventh house, the seventh house typically signifies spouse, business partnership, your also a long distance travel is seen in the seventh house. This can cause a bit of separation from your birthplace, travel abroad, and hence watch out for such things to happen. Probably you might be taking up a trip on work related stuff, which can give you more money. So it could also be for positive reasons. The position of Jupiter is actually indicating travel due to such reasons. So a good period for the next 1 year, except for a little bit of delay due to or obstacle due to Saturn in the seventh. Thanks.